Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and today we're looking at Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. I decided this time to not show the loud and obnoxious LucasArts logo, which means we're also skipping over the Activision logo and the Raven logo this time. Jedi Knight 2 came out, it seems, about 4 years after the expansion of Jedi Knight 1 Dark Forces 2. The expansion to the sequel of Dark Forces. So this is the 4th game in the series, and we can immediately see, while they still are kind of embracing some crappy backgrounds that I don't really understand why this was a consistent thing in their menu, they have also embraced OpenGL in the meantime, and we've got a symbol here that I don't quite recognize. It looks Star Wars-ish, but I couldn't tell you what it was. And we are at a higher resolution, slightly higher. While this video mode will potentially go even higher, it doesn't do a 16:9 resolution, and anything above 800 and 600 didn't really work for me because the menu would just start to go further and further to the right off screen. That being said, who knows how this is actually being recorded, so I'll just mention that there are significant black bars both on the left and right, but nothing at the top and bottom. I turned the color depth up to 32-bit. It was only 16-bit before, and notice that they've changed the labeling now from bits per pixel, which is not something that's used anymore, just to 32-bit. I've turned the texture detail to very high, the texture quality to 32-bit. There was no texture filtering before. Detailed shaders was on. And you have even more settings here. Something's weird about the brightness in this game. It literally adjusts the brightness of just windows. So if you try to Alt-Tab on out of this game, which is kind of impossible to do, it does seem to just be incredibly brighter. Volumetric shadows should be on, dynamic lighting, wall markers, and all of that. I adjusted the audio in this instead of outside in the Windows settings because I can't Alt-Tab out to adjust the settings, so I hope I've got it somewhat good. And then I turned on this EAX Advanced HD audio, which I have no idea what this is. This must have been an extension of like a Sound Blaster encoding that came and went and was quickly forgotten about. Even nowadays on modern PCs, you might get something like a DTS label on your sound card or a Dolby Atmos label on your sound card, but there are really just a lot of crazy sound standards and profiles, and I have no clue how my software, open broadcasting software, handles any of that. Windows itself, Windows 10, has a option where you could make things sound more 3D, but I don't want to enable that option by default. I'm not changing any of these options, but you do have a decent amount. Apparently it's only in cinematics, so we will see some cinematics. This is also the first game that doesn't start with the Star Wars crawl at the beginning when you launch it and make you watch everything. Apparently this game has mods, which means I suspect some people even today might still be playing this, although I doubt you can mod too much. You're still running into a point where this game is old enough that it makes sense to remake it and not just try and remaster it. But maybe not. It really is going to come down to gameplay mechanics. There's all kinds of configurations for force powers, attacks, look, movement. This is a lot of keys for a keyboard. Mouse and joystick. I enabled the joystick. I'm hoping it's going to work. And then some default options in general. And then we're just going to start here. So we have an expansion on the difficulty settings. It is now starting on easy, although it suggests normal, and it has a hard and it has a very hard, whereas previously it was always easy, medium, and hard. It was just labeled as easy, medium, and hard. Now we're getting more into, we know only Star Wars fans are going to play this game, so we can just call it Padawan, Jedi, Jedi Knight, and Jedi Master. Now, there's something interesting here canonically. Is there a rank of Jedi Knight in the movies? Or did they just make this up? Like, I know there's a rank of Master. I know there's a Jedi. I know there's a word called Padawan. But I'm not sure that there actually is a Jedi Knight. That's enough setup we need to do. Let's hop into the game. I haven't seen any of this. So, this is... They handed this over, LucasArts did, to Activision and Raven as a company. Which means that LucasArts got out of the way of it. Which is kind of a cool idea. Now, this would have been early Activision, so I'm not sure you would have that current hate that people hate for Activision Blizzard in 2019. Activision in the old days made a lot of games, released a lot of games. They were heavy in the console games. You were kind of unlikely to play something like an Xbox original or a GameCube game and not have run across at least one Activision game. They did a lot of titles. Let's see. I just looked up at the screen and saw Kyle, and I'm thinking, Kylo? No, just Kyle. These graphics have black bars, it seems, at the top and bottom also, but they look better. We've probably maxed out on the audio though, like the previous game's audio, and this audio is, as far as I can tell, as far as my untrained ears can tell, they seem to be exactly the same. But the animation here, a fade down into the beginning of the movie and in-game cutscenes seem to be an improvement. And here we have
for
some
final approach.
Second
Whatever's
generation.
causing those transmissions,
really
it's not
loud.
showing up on any of the sensors. This Imperial outpost looks as abandoned as reported.
It's as dead as the rest
So
of Kedge.
yeah, second
My
generation
Mothma must be getting
3D model.
paranoid. She never used to send pros like us
This
out on
does
blue milk
not
runs
look
like
bad
this.
for an old
Kyle,
game.
Jan, greetings.
Mon Mothma, Kyle was just talking about you.
No doubt. I bring troubling information about your mission on Kedge.
I hate it when you say troubling.
You even
We
got
managed
like
to
lip
decode a small
sync
fraction of
on
the
their
transmission we intercepted earlier.
they're talking,
And, well,
which
listen
is
for yourselves.
interesting.
I will fire into shadow. First to full system.
Yeah, this does not look terrible. This looks playable,
We
at
may have
least by the level of graphics.
reborn warrior.
Of course, it could still be terrible level design. It could be
The
terrible
Valley of the
controls.
Jedi?
Reborn?
We believe this transmission was intended for Galak Fayar, the suspected leader of the remnant
Yeah,
forces in
if
that
you ever
sector.
want to get into
It's
some
probably
real
nothing more than
crazy
a couple of soldiers telling
Jedi
tales
stuff,
around the
watch
mountain.
the
But as
Clone
you are
Wars
the only
cartoon in the
survivors of the
later
Valley of the
series.
Jedi incident, I thought it only fair to warn you that this mission may be more dangerous
Clone
than we
Wars, I
originally
suppose,
anticipated. Your
probably
objectives
did not
remain the same. Find out
keep
what you can.
any
Clear out any
storyline from
remnant
these
forces you
games.
encounter. And may the Force be
And
with you.
I don't know if the Clone Wars cartoon is even
So much for the blue
canon.
milk run. Shh, I
Alright,
think I saw someone.
so let's immediately hit escape and go to the settings and sound, and that volume is too loud, which is weird because by default the voice volume was at the maximum and this was at like 75%. So let's just bring everything down and see how that works. So first test, how does the mouse work? Without any adjustments,
This is my last day on the ship.
not
So
looking
we
up
move.
and spinning in
6 to 7 had an
circles,
opening, so I
or
applied.
looking
Not
down and
bad.
spinning in
It'll be a
circles. The
quiet
mouse
last day.
seems to work again. So we could play with a keyboard and mouse if necessary. Let's, without any configuration, let's see what an Xbox One controller does. You still don't have the right stick moving the camera, and you no longer have the D-pad moving the camera either. Instead, it's just kind of you circle with left and right, and you walk forward with up and down. Left bump, right bump seems to do nothing. Left trigger, right trigger seems to do nothing. Y is not jump anymore. X maybe activates something, maybe doesn't. B does nothing, and A does nothing. So this to me feels like it is not configured correctly. Here, we'll sit at any of the front doors and see if that activates anything. Back does nothing, start does nothing. So I saw some complaints about partial controller support. That's what I would confirm here, is you have partial controller support, and you'd have to map a lot of this, and very possibly you'd have to use a third-party app. I will say the game immediately looks better. We have a red and green 100 in the lower left hand of the screen, which I assume indicates like bullets or health and shield. The way it looks, I guess the green is a shield, the red is health, and then the 300 in the lower right hand corner probably is bullets. So you've got Activision doing something that in 3 games
Get him!
So left trigger on the mouse works, and these guys are not going down anywhere as easily as before. Right. So right trigger and left trigger moves things, and the mouse wheel seems to switch between guns, and middle mouse click seems to zoom in. Let's just kind of quickly shoot that.
What was that?
Get him!
Is someone...
Maybe the audio's a little too loud still.
Get him!
Like, anytime there's somebody on the screen, it's saying, get them. You're really going for headshots this time. This is a real shooter.
Get him!
Let's come back this way for a second. Though, I assume this door is locked. Q switches guns. R does nothing. WASD on the keyboard. C is crouch. F is doing nothing. R switches the other way. V does nothing. 1, 2, 3. Tab brings up objectives. Let's see. Mission. Weapons. Little bits of information. Inventory. Electro binoculars. And then current force powers. We have nothing. Nice. Shift does nothing. Control Alt. Alt is apparently
That's one less problem to deal with.
quick fire. And space is jump. Alright. So that seems like a real playable game here. You're not gonna run into
Great.
weird graphics. You're not going to run into terrible levels, it feels like. That took a lot of shots.
Blasters aren't going to do much good against that.
I'll see if I can find a way to get the door open. Wait here, Jan.
She is my friend. And so she's green. And how do I
found him. Get behind him.
Jeez, where did those guys come from? They've got some explosive. Some of these explode, but some of these don't. See, I'm down to 52% shield, so it's not regenerating shields. We're not to that generation yet.
The Remnant usually has pretty tight security. Make sure you search any officers for key cards.
Okay. So we found the Imperial supply key. And let's see, what key does this? What is the key for this? E. E is activate. So you're still playing an old game. You're still expecting something for for Star Wars fans. It feels like I don't think you can. I could get to the point where I say this as a series is the kind of game that you'd want to play, even if you didn't have nostalgia.
Perimeter defenses online.
So I had to activate.
No, but you managed to get everyone's attention.
It does seem like people are just spawning out of nowhere. But that doesn't feel too bad. Can't do anything with the... you gotta be a little careful not to hit E on the wrong things. Let's see, back to canisters. So we're back to finding back to canisters, which don't seem like they're doing anything. It says press jump to exit. Interesting. Yeah, this feels like a game. This is a game that could be remastered instead of just remade. Like, you could have these same levels. Let's see, what is this? Oh, and if I just hold the equip button on this, I'll refill my shields automatically. Alright. That's cool. There we go, it took a couple attempts. And it doesn't seem like there's anything too special to shoot here, unfortunately. Modern game would certainly have more of this.
Wow, that's one way to do it.
Checkpoint, game save auto done. Alright. So you're definitely going to get more story. Once again, they're beyond full motion video, but the level of graphics here, this is even slightly better than the first generation Tomb Raider games.
Our back.
Which
Okay,
I
I'll
think
wait here.
are kind of
Don't take all day.
Good point of reference. They're still very much embracing a verticality that I kind of don't agree with. Let's see, what is this? What? It sounds like it's a bomb, but I guess this is an ammo. Let's see. Yeah, it refills your ammo. That's a unfortunate choice in sound effect. Yeah, this is playable. Question now becomes, do I want to really play it? Or am I am I that ambitious, or do I just want to kind of be done with the Star Wars games? As a small-time, sort of failed YouTuber, as much as any small-time YouTuber these days are failed and just by default, I had hoped, certainly, that a lot more had come about.
Kyle! Help me!
I had hoped that Star Wars would have been a more popular series of games to cover, but
that's one less problem to deal with.
The video games, in particular, well, they have their fans. Don't seem like they.
Out of my way.
Alright, I figured out a way to kill myself. Kyle Katarn. Alright, let's see. I don't think I read his name right. There. Look at the shadow as it's falling upwards and downwards and just being ridiculous.
Stay here, Jen. Cover our back.
Okay, I'll wait here. Don't take all day.
That moves that.
Give up, can't escape. Anyone out there?
Frankly, I am not a fan of mouse and keyboard shooting. There's no large amount of walk happening here.
Whose side are you on?
Oops. So, yeah, you're not really running into. Can I blow up any of this? No. You're not running into the cases of what you would have in a controller where you kind of don't even have to aim. Here with the mouse, you have to be pretty precise. This probably would hit her, this probably would hit her, that probably wouldn't. And of course, if you're a pro gamer, that might not be an issue at all. Like, that just might be exactly how you want things to be. But I'm playing on easy, so shouldn't the game... Small shield booster. Shouldn't the game work with me a little bit more on that? Thermal detonators and some batteries. And it seems like you fall down this way regardless. So I guess the idea is to escape. So thermal detonator over there, and then come this way and hope that that was good enough. Okay, I guess that worked. I blew up the item, so maybe that changes something else. So you're still running into this scenarios where it's difficult to figure out where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do. I don't know how to get back up. I mean, I can drop that and I should be fine. Yeah, nothing is opening that. Nothing's gonna open that. And blowing up all of this is cool and all. Oh, there was a way around this way. Yeah, I'm still not there. this seems playable if you have nostalgia for it, but it still feels like you are going to have to bang your head against a lot of effort.
Send reinforcements.
Just to try and figure out how do you get out of here? I guess this way. Yeah, there's still a lot of garbage going on here as far as just
I think this is a primary control console.
trying to figure out where to go.
Got it. I think I'll hang out here a while and see what kind of trouble I can cause.
Yeah, there's no map as far as I can tell. Unless it's somewhere in the F1 systems. Like F1 didn't bring up anything, F2, nothing like that.
Spread out and find him. We got him.
I'm taking damage. Let's get out of here. These guys are jumping and walking and strafing very well. Like, I am dead. And I don't see any instant health abilities or anything. So where was that shield recharge? It was like back in the previous section. It gave me bullets. But yeah, I'm about to die. I have 3 health. Let's see if we can find like a save here. F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9. Loading quick, failed to open quick, F10. We could save game, I suppose. Like, what happens if I hit escape? Nothing, it just brings up the menu. Shift, caps lock, control, alt. Yeah. I kinda question whether there's really anything else as far as controls. One more hit and I'm dead. So fire restarts you up here. Let's see, F9, F10, load. This only goes that far. Let's see. And yeah. There's no help. There's no surviving this. The explosive range of that is too high. Yeah, we still are very much in an era of games being way too difficult and not really designed to win. Nice effect there. So start again at 70 health. We come over here.
Stay here, Jen. Cover our back.
We'll wait until
Okay,
she
I'll wait here.
moves.
Don't take all day.
We come over here. And that kills me, so we have to blow that up. So really what this is going to come down to is you could easily have failed by the time you loaded this checkpoint and not even known it. Like, because of just how the system is going to work.
Stay here, Jen. Cover our back.
Okay, I'll wait here. Don't take all day.
So you have to come over here. You have to... We'll just hope that that explosion doesn't go that far back. It does go all the way back. Interesting. Then come up here. And then
Keep an eye out for those rebels.
this way. This is hardly a stealth game. Though. It's just not really what it is.
I think this is a primary control console.
Let's just see.
I think I'll hang out here around and see what kind of trouble I can cause.
We'll come over here. And try to avoid going the directions we'd already gone, so that we at least see some new stuff. It's questionable how far, if any direction, you really need to go. This seems like a shield, okay. So we have a red shielded area that we'll have to disable a shield if we were going to free somebody, although I'm not sure we really need to free anybody.
Get behind it!
There's a lot of people here. And there's more over here. There's a lot of troopers. That is, I suppose, in line with Star Wars, though.
We got him.
They do clearly have some AI to them. They're moving. I think he just opened the door by walking in that general direction. We keep getting bullets.
It's offline.
Come on now. We need help.
Let's see. Are we potentially freeing people? Are there people down there? I'm at 82 health.
Throw down your weapon.
Where'd that guy come from? There's secret doors?
It's offline. It's offline.
Interesting.
It's offline.
So we need to get that direction eventually, but not yet. Did that guy ever... Yeah, that guy's still there. But the odds that he's the one guy holding on to a red key here that is going to let me shut down anything is pretty low. There we have a bomb control. Droid. Seems to give off a little bit of an electrical shock when shot. Did that matter?
Hey, you there.
So we'll try and pick up a lot of this stuff now as we come back. And yeah, I don't really know how far we are in this level or not. Like, we might be really far or we might be nowhere. This is a game worth, I think, trying the first level on as a spotlight, but we're still we're suffering a lot from having no map. And can I convince her to do anything? So let's see. Let's save. The fact that I'm having to save shit says a lot. Resume. Tab. Investigate the abandoned Imperial outpost and engage remnant forces. Alright. So look around is what I'm supposed to do. Which seems like it's what you do in all of these levels. A lot of verticality. I'm not sure verticality has ever been a smart move in games. There's a little bit of Halo jumping and rocket jumping and all of that, but that I would be okay with. But a complete, you have to look up, you have to look down idea is not something I really want to do in a first-person shooter. That's quite frankly just annoying. Let's see. There's health or shield recharge. I could definitely use that.
It's locked.
I could definitely use it being open. Yeah, I'm fairly certain if we go down that direction, we will. Interesting, that bullet just bounced off. Am I supposed to just be able to reach through the glass?
It's locked.
Oh, come on. I'm not supposed to it doesn't say that I have any force powers. So I can try that. Didn't do anything. Try that. That didn't do anything. Yeah, I don't think the stun baton is going to turn into a way of activating things. So what have I missed? What is the thing that I missed? Some switch somewhere? Some panel? Star Wars in general runs into this problem. It's just like panel after paneled. I have light amplified goggles. Oh, we didn't do this. So I guess we'll try this. Let's see. Why is this not activating? How do we turn on the light amplified goggles? Inventory, Bacta containers, portable disposable Bacta ointments for emergency care tools. Interesting, maybe those are heal kits. Low light and normal light. Let's see. It won't function without an available power source. Let's see. So what do I do to activate my goggles? It's got to be something like this. Let's see. These don't look like they're the right goggles. And that's G on the keyboard. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... Yeah, it seems like you are just gonna have to go in the dark. There.
Kyle, the schematics show that the base is divided into 3 sections.
Interesting. So are we at like the beginning of the 3 sections? I cannot see a thing here. This is super dark.
Disturbance was reported in Sector 10 this morning. What sort of disturbance? A droid set off the security system.
That won't explode. I wonder how the Bacti or bacterial ointment is supposed to be used. Alright,
looks like an Imperial code.
There we go. So now the 3 sections of this map are unlocked. Wow, we're like 40 minutes into this level, and this is just following that same mentality of a super long amount of gameplay per level. It's too big. I prefer something short and sweet like well, GoldenEye 64 might be a great example there, but even the GoldenEye 64 levels were probably a little bit more than they should have been. Just gonna stand here and recharge my shield. And some Bacta. It is Bacta. It's not like bacterial. I still have no idea how to use any of it. Just locked doors everywhere. Headshots are killing people faster, which is nice. There's a computer core.
We got him.
It's a shielded computer core, so the bullets just kind of are bouncing back.
Who's there?
So the shields seem to go up on these computers and never go down.
Jan, I'm gonna need your help. There's an access terminal here, but it's encoded.
I'm on my way.
So can she just find her way to where we are? Or is she just gonna need protection? Like, I have no idea how to even really get back to where she is. She's like way over this direction. And we might as well refill our shield every opportunity we can get.
Who's there?
I can't hold out much longer.
I'm running. There's a shield over there. Kinda is better just to run right into him and shoot him there. Let's see. So this is where she was. Where did she end up? Which of the multiple pathways?
Took you long enough. Now, to break that code, lead the way.
Oh, lead the way to the code? I don't remember.
That's the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't remember. This level is huge. When the game has to tell you you're going the wrong direction, there's something wrong there. I think it's this way. Alright, so she needed to be nannied all the way to this point. And then that started a walking cutscene, in-game cutscene.
Now this looks interesting.
Is she gonna do something, or am I supposed to
Piece of
just
cake.
go and do something else?
That should get you where you need to go.
Okay.
I'm going to keep at this and see what I can find out.
Alright, so the game is a little bit of breakable environment. It's kind of cool, but not as much as I would like. Compared to The Force Unleashed 1 at least, this is pretty rudimentary.
I found another code.
We have now a new objective. Just break all the glass for the fun of it. Just run this way. Yeah, this would be too long. How many levels are actually in this game is a good question to ask. Like, are there really only 6, maybe 9 levels, or does this go on forever in the single player and just go on forever also in the multiplayer, because you can play the multiplayer as many times as you want? What is this? Take more health, take more of that. Probably wouldn't be a terrible idea to save. Let's see. Interesting. Like, how do we do this? F9, F10. F10 is load, so F11 must be save. Let's see. F11 is save. And is F8 quick save? It doesn't seem like it is. Is there a reason to... What's in here? A backdrop thing. Interesting. Either I have a full amount of Bacti gel. Like, I don't know how you use that though. Is it elevators? I swear if I get squashed by another elevator, I'm rage quitting. I don't see anything there. seems like it's a multi-level elevator. Are we getting towards the end? Oh. Don't tell me I just went full circle. One assumes that you could not have made it into the base from that side. One assumes that to be true. I don't even know what our next goal really is. It's probably run back this way and... Is this
offline?
Still offline? Yes. So this must be the next section. Yeah, and I've just got the max amount of octogel. I can hear them actually coming down the stairs, which is an interesting event. Like that's a cool idea that you really wouldn't even expect or recognize in a modern first-person shooter. Usually it's more like people just running on ramps, if anything, but not typically a sound effect there. Do I want to go up first? Man, a lot of attempts there. It took a lot of attempts. You have to stand right in front of these things. Is this a fake wall? I keep looking for secrets, but if there are secrets, I am not finding them just by activating a wall like you would in Duel. Where did these people come from? Let's see. Just waste some bullets on shooting every single. We've got an Imperial supply key. More this way.
Who's there?
Wonder if maybe I'm not supposed to. Like maybe I'm not supposed to shoot these things. He says I'm surrounded. I'm fairly certain he's the only one there. Although that shield is reflecting blaster bolts, which is cool.
Convey my dissatisfaction with Commander Stephen on his performance. Inform him that he's been removed from command and will be reassigned.
Interesting. Are we getting different bits of information here? Seems like we are.
Please proceed with your transmission, Admiral Fayard.
So are we close to the end here? Or was that nothing, or is that something we have to do later? Alright. T. G. B is for Bactia.
Wait!
Apparently.
Don't shoot! Watch your fire!
He said, wait, don't shoot, and then shot at me. Seems like something's on fire over here. Took a little bit of damage. Am I trapped or did I just die? Or is that what was supposed to happen? We've had a lot of in-game cutscenes. Apparently I'm trapped.
Just another day at work, Jan.
Man, this level just goes on and on, but with the cutscenes, with the actual attempts at having good gameplay here, Activision certainly has done a lot better job than what LucasArts was doing. LucasArts really was at their best making point-and-click adventure games. Something slow that can focus on just visuals and audio, not having to worry about more advanced gameplay mechanics such as, you know, level design and interaction, moving. Interesting. Got some more thermal Alright, I'm trapped. Trapped on this side of the building. So, elevator it is. No, I haven't been using the right stick, which probably would have worked better. Large shield booster. Yeah, that automatic fire seems like it very possibly is. Is the way to go. Yeah, the game gets a lot easier with doing that. Although it is also severely draining my bullets compared to single fire operation. But let's see how that really works. I had 67 bullets. Now I'm down to 33. When I ran up to that, I got up to 100. Collecting that, I'm 123. So you kind of do have to switch back and forth between your different firing styles. You can't just unload on everybody, even on easy. Let's see. I'm pressing E on all of this. And while it's slightly...
the last code.
So we've got the last code.
Don't move.
I don't know what these codes are for, but clearly we can use these refills. At about 10 seconds into this, I'm filling things up. Ooh, they are not infinite. That's interesting to learn. Let's see, B for Bacta. Pick up another Bacta gel. health. I don't think we can go that way. This way we're going? Okay, so how does one get out of this section? It must be around here. Yeah, this is the direction. Although I kind of don't know where I'm going still. Let's see. More bullets. So is this thing finally activated? Oh, I have no idea. Was I supposed to really see what the code was? Oh, man. Green code is a diamond in the middle. Red code, it looks like a kind of a wolf with a circle and a spoon and a half bowl. Not a spoon. Green is just kind of messed up. Alright, let's try this. Oh man, you really have to go crazy on this. This is insane. Diamond in the middle. But it wasn't just a diamond in the middle. It was a diamond in the middle and then the right side was curved. Kind of like that, but backwards. That. Okay. Next, you have like 3 dots at the top and a messed up system. Is that it? Yes. And then 2 dots on the side. So it's what you stand in front of. Is that it? Yes. Oh man, and we've gone about an hour now. This is still a shield. So what's our objective now? Mission. Input the blue security code. Oh, I guess maybe we have to hit all of these.
Jan, prep the ship for takeoff. I just want to check out one last area.
Meet with the ship.
So we've done everything except for this. I suspect this might either separate us from Jan for the rest of the game or cause a game to happen, or maybe just end the game in the level there. Interesting.
Fire!
Let's gain our breath for just a second here. I think we're probably in level 2 at this point, and I think the game is just going to consistently go in that direction, where yeah, I think this is just going to happen. Yeah, let's see. F11. We are now at KEJIM base. Is where we are. Okay. So we have a whole new set of levels, and it is just starting the level with the same amount of shield and health you have. So they're running into some flaws, I would still say, with gameplay design. There was like one checkpoint, maybe two in the entire level for an hour and a half. We got these light amplified goggles, infra goggles. Never figured out how to use those. Maybe that's I. Yeah, we could quickly see if I does something. Like, just hit all the keys. Ooh, you can even go in the third person perspective if you go hit the P button. And then the bracket button. Let's see. Let's see. Binoculars, light amplified. When I hit B, it's still Bacta. M is for mission, comma, and period is for strafing, / this. Yeah. 0 brings up thermal detonators. We still haven't gotten any force abilities. Seems kind of like we lost some of the keys in that. We probably will get a new weapon in each level, so 6 to 9 levels, 6 to 9 hours of gameplay would be my guess on this. I've been all over the keyboard. This is totally playable, but it's not quite good enough. Like, I'm coming at this certainly from a bias. I don't really care about Star Wars. A lot of people can say that these days. Like, I never really did. I was more of a Star Trek fan, and in all honesty, I'm a much bigger Babylon 5 fan as far as sci-fi goes. So the fact here is this is the 4th game in the Jedi Knight series. It seems like it's following the same character, but every single game has been drastically different as far as quality, whether the cutscenes were good or bad or non-existent. And so to get the story of Jedi Knight, you really need a full remaster, reboot, remake of this. Definitely with the level designs. This is not what a modern first-person shooter's single-player first level should have been. It was way too long, way too easy to get lost. It seems like they lost the map somehow when they went over to Activision. But for the loss of the map, at least we now have health bars and shield bars and bullet counts and a game that actually works with mouse and keyboard. But then we also lost joystick compatibility. This is a series that has done a great job of just showing the uncertainty and the lack of standards and lack of consistency on PC gaming in the old days. It was practically a joke to expect to be able to play a lot of games on PC in the old days. You'd have flight simulators, you'd have point-and-click adventures, you'd have Doom-style games. But even if you were to compare this to the original Doom, there was more enemies in the original Doom. The first level is not anywhere as big. They're still going with that verticality where you have to look up and down that I don't think is the right way to go in first-person shooters. This one is definitely miles ahead compared to the others. Unfortunately, there's one more Jedi game I have, Jedi Knight game, and that's kind of it. I don't think there are any more, and so unless the final game in the series reboots all the story or just tells a different story and plays really well, I think the entire series of the Dark Forces / Jedi Knight series is as abandoned as the Force Unleashed series, is as abandoned as all of the books and all of the extended world canon of Star Wars is as abandoned even as episode 4, 5, and 6 at this point are abandoned, because they have really no connection to what episode 9 or episode 8 is going to be around. Same is true for even episode 1, 2, or 3. Now that Disney owns Star Wars is a almost completely different thing that is very, very unrecognizable to a lot of people, including myself. Well, that's going to be it for this recording. It's been about an hour and 20 minutes, but we made it through the first level. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. When you subscribe, please click the notification bell. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon down below, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wish list. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.